And on God, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I can ask everyone to remain standing. This week, we lost one of our former mayors, George Sparrow. If I could ask for a moment. Thank you. And before we go through the agenda, actually, welcome to the second board meeting of December. Go through agenda, have board reports, and then open it up for comments and questions from our residents. But before we go to the agenda, I'd just like to make a couple notes or read a couple notes about former Mayor George Sparrow. He grew up in Jackson Heights, New York. He attended Xavier High School, earned his Bachelor of Science in Political Science from Fordham University, and his JD from Brooklyn Law School. He honorably served our country from 1952 to 1953 in the U.S. Army and was deployed to Japan during the Korean War. In January of 1963, he was appointed a trustee in the village of Floral Park. And then in March of 1963, he was elected mayor and served as mayor until 1965. And for those of you who have been to the rec center, there is a picture of Mayor Farrell when the pool was being constructed back in 1963. Subsequent to being mayor in 1966, he was elected to the New York State Assembly, where he served as a ranking member until 1974. After his political career, George and one of his closest friends co-founded the law firm known as Floral Fritz, which is a very well-known law firm on Long Island. Besides working at Floral Fritz, he sat on various nonprofit boards, including Catholic Charities for the Diocese of Rockville Center, chairman of the board of Winthrop University Hospital, and was integrally involved in public service health startup, the American Health Initiative. And upon his retirement, I found this one of the most interesting things. The State Department and Eastern European Law Initiative tasked George to help write the new constitution for the Republic of Macedonia. So clearly a life well lived and a dedicated public servant in a number of different facets, and did a lot of good things for Floral Park, including opening the pool back in 1963. So with that, Ms. Walsh, if you can lead us through the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would ask the board to approve the minutes of the regular board of trustees meeting held on Tuesday, December 5th, 2023, and work session minutes held on Tuesday, December 12th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion is carried.
I would ask the board to approve the schedule of accounts payable as follows: general fund $3,602,034.47. Full fund $955,009. Capital fund $119,994 for a grand total of $3,722,984.46.
Offer.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Combani?
Aye.
Trustee Chair?
Aye.
Trustee Stewart?
Aye.
Trustee Longbody?
Aye.
And Mayor.
Aye.
I would ask the board to determine that the application of Floral Park Depository 1929 Realty Partners LLC for a special use permit to operate a restaurant in the garden room at 99 Colbert in Floral Park, New York. The collective action as that term is defined in secret and will not have significant effect on the environment.
I'll offer.
I'll second.
Any discussion? And Ms. Walsh, that hearing will be the second meeting in January, which it looks like it's January 16th. Thank you.
Trustee Combani?
Aye.
Trustee Chair?
Aye.
Trustee Stewart?
Aye.
Trustee Longbody?
Aye.
And Mayor.
Aye.
I would ask the board to approve the presented resolutions relating to personnel matters.
I'll offer the resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Combani?
Aye.
Trustee Chair?
Aye.
Trustee Stewart? Aye. Trustee Longbody?
Aye.
And Mayor.
Aye.
I would ask the board to surplus the presented. That's applicant.
I'll offer that resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Cambani?
Aye.
Trustee Chair?
Aye.
Trustee Stewart? Aye. Trustee Longbody?
Aye.
And Mayor Sherman?
Aye.
And as the board to adopt a resolution wherein property owner 28 Linda Avenue, Floral, of New York, known as section 32, block 276, and lot 33-33 on the National County Land Tax Map, was found in violation of chapter 65, maintenance of premises, specifically section 65-2H, section 65-2B, and section 65-6A of the Code of the Incorporated Village of Floral Park. And that by way of this resolution, the board authorizes work to be performed on said property, and costs of same will be charged to the property owner.
I'll offer it.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Cambani?
Aye.
Trustee Chair?
Aye.
Trustee Stewart? Trustee Longbody? And Mayor Sherman?
Aye.
I then board to approve the request of Floral Park Federal School District, to use the firehouse hall on Friday, April 5th, 2024, from 8 to 11 p.m. for a post-performance celebration of the drama club students.
I'll offer it.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried.
I would then board to authorize the village to enter into the presented agreements as follows.
I'll offer the resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Walsh?
Trustee Buckner?
Aye.
Trustee Chair?
Aye.
Stewart? Trustee Longbody?
Aye.
And Mayor Sherman?
Aye.
That everyone.
Thank you very much. We will now start with board reports, and we will start with Deputy Mayor Dr. Lynn Campagno.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'll start with the police department. As is the case in many sports, New York State and the Village of Floral Park have important rules, or in this case, laws about blocking. The first law prohibits blocking the box, which means a driver may not pull into an intersection unless he or she can pass all the way through it. Many of our busiest intersections have very noticeable hatch marks as reminders. Please check out our Floral Park Police Department's highly popular Facebook page for a very strong message about blocking the box and the fines and points that result as our police department engages in enforcement. Blocking the box is dangerous and illegal. The second law prohibits blocking the sidewalk. Please keep in mind that when the vehicle is parked in a driveway and extends out over the sidewalk, it means pedestrians, including children walking to and from school, are forced to walk in the street alongside moving vehicles. Blocking the sidewalk is also dangerous and illegal. The third law prohibits blocking the street by double parking. Especially at the holiday season, there are inconsiderate drivers who think that it's okay to double park while they quickly run into a store or while they wait for relatives and friends to run an errand. Not true. On Tulip and Fuller and Plainfield Avenues, double parking causes other drivers to dangerously move into the opposite lanes of traffic and congestion in the lanes in which they are selfishly double parking. On Jericho Turnpike, other drivers must quickly change lanes to go around double parked vehicles or stop and wait, also causing serious traffic congestion. Therefore, blocking the street by double parking is also dangerous and illegal. At the holidays, we enjoy celebrating with families and friends. Please remember that while we are celebrating, our police department is protecting us 24/7. Our day tours of officers are out working for us on Christmas and New Year's Day. And our night tours of officers will be doing the same on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Let's thank our Floral Park Police Department for their service, especially on the holidays when they work while many of us celebrate. And please be respectful, courteous, grateful, and safe throughout this splendid holiday season. And thanks to all of you in Floral Park who are very competent drivers who make our village a safe place to live, work, and raise our children. For the Conservation Society, winter arrives with fruit, Enjoy a brisk walk on the path around Centennial Gardens and Bird Sanctuary just before dusk. In the western northwestern sky, you will see the sun going down through the trees of the gardens and Hillcrest area, especially on Rath Avenue and Floral Parkway. These glorious colors of our Floral Park sunsets are not to be missed. And in 2024, enjoy monthly views of the gardens and its colorful trees, bushes, flowers, birds, and animals with your 2024 Centennial Gardens and Bird Sanctuary calendar. Get yours by going to ChristineKozak.com, clicking on the menu, then store, or by visiting our delightful Slim Teapot restaurant on Verbena Avenue. For the Chambers of Commerce and our businesses, great appreciation goes to our two Chambers of Commerce, Floral Park and Gilbert Avenue, and our businesses for their gifts of a bright and sparkling Christmas welcome to the holiday season. They partnered with the Floral Park Junior Women's Club, the Villages of Floral Park and Stewart Manor, and Santa Claus for two beautiful tree lighting festivals to the delight of hundreds of children and their families. Let's keep the spirit and excitement going in our villages as we shop, dine, and celebrate local throughout the holiday season. And while you're taking in our beautifully decorated businesses, take a walk or ride through our neighborhoods where our children and families are dazzled by the sparkling lights and glistening displays at our own Floral Park homes. Thank you one and all for making Floral Park the perfect place to spend the holidays. And to all, may Christmas, the holiday season, and the New Year bring joy and peace to Floral Park, our nation, and the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Chiara?
Good evening, everybody. The library would like to advise all its patrons that the library will be closed on December 24th, Christmas Eve, and also on December 25th, Christmas Day. We post on all upcoming events at the library. Check the library website for details. The library staff, our volunteer fire department, my family, myself, would like to wish all our residents a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season, and a healthy, safe, and happy New Year. All the best in 2024.
Thank you, Trustee Chiara. Trustee Stewart?
Good evening. For our Department of Public Works, crews performed final cleanups and collection of the leaves on village roads and in village parks. A stop sign was installed on the intersection of Bryant and Hinsdale Avenue. The stop signs are actually on Bryant, which runs east and west. Storm drains were cleaned. Crews collected 30 tons of household waste, 10 tons of paper and cardboard, 4 tons of commingled plastic and glass, 16 tons of bulk rubbish. A remarkable 80 trees were planted this fall throughout the village. Due to the Christmas and New Year holiday schedule, we have made an adjustment to our recycling calendar for the last week of December and the first week of January. So all recycling, including blue box pickups, will be collected on the same day that your paper and cardboard is collected. So whatever day your cardboard goes out, you may also put out your commingling recycling for pickup. We listened to our residents' concerns with the change in the recycling calendar on holiday weeks. Things really began to pile up. So we made that adjustment. In addition to that, there is a new 2024 sanitation schedule. It is included in the village items. It is on the village website. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to me or call TPW at 516-326-6320. I would also like to thank TPW for the work that they did in cleaning up after yet another wild and wet and windy storm. For 4 Village Studios, while you are home recovering after the Christmas holiday, there are several different programs in the week of December 25th for you to watch. We have Artist and Collector, Artists at Work, Enjoying in Silver and Gold. We have the Author Corner with Stephanie Larkin, where she teaches you to be the author, 5 character types in 7 basic class, as well as Inspiring Stories by Bill Corbett Jr. And he focuses on the Center for Science, Teaching and Learning with Dr. Rayanne Havasay. For the MTA, to end this month, a few residents have recently reached out to me with concerns about trains idling behind their properties along the Hempstead branch. I have been in touch with the MTA and they have found no irregularities in the train and their trains in the time they spend idling along the Hempstead branch. With more specific information such as dates and times, we may be able to do further investigation. If this is of concern to you, please reach out to me at jstewart fpvillage.org. Leave a message to me at Village Hall by calling 516-326-5300. And in addition, please let the MTA know at mta.info. I hope you all have a very wonderful end of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Stewart. Trustee Longobardi.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everybody. For our building department, some updates, plans have been submitted for a proposed pharmaceutical land located 107 Turnpike. Special use permit agreement is tentatively scheduled for January 16th board meeting. Covered area required property is received site plan approval from Nassau County. 266 Turnpike fire building has been approved to start structural repair. Floral hosted the required IDA public hearing, and holding LLC at Village Hall on December 13th, and the IDA board approved that resolution at that meeting this morning. The village building permit has also been approved, and construction is expected to start in January. The project continues on Blue Valley Beach Bar and Hot House location. For our recreation pool, I'm adding recreation center to light on Friday, December 8th at 7 p.m. at the local purpose swing. It was a great night for many residents and children enjoying the beautiful weather. Yes, and beautiful weather, no rain, the first tree lighting this year, skating on the new multi-purpose ring, hot chocolate music, and of course, visiting Santa. Thank you to Superintendent Kurt Mayford and the entire staff for their hard work to make this night fun and enjoyable one for our residents. And there are a few days left to our second annual pool registration program Christmas sale with ending this week. Purchase the summer 2024 pool membership at 2022 prices. It makes a great family gift, and what else do we need for the last second? These are available at the pool building tomorrow and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6:30 and Friday from 9 a.m. to 4:30. And just some reminders, the pool has started winter hours closing at 4:30 each day. Registration opens Tuesday, January 9th for the summer, for the winter, spring, 7 and 2. Those details are in the lobby and on the website. For possibility registration for the 2024 season runs from January 7th. Details on their website, and the 2023 teacher pass is expired this month. It's time for renewing it in 2024 teacher pass, which is required for each department facilities. For the town village after safety motivation, it is no December meeting. On behalf of myself and my family, I'd like to wish my fellow board members, those staff and workers, and our great residents Merry Christmas, Happy Healthy Year. Thank you for all you do. May 2024 be blessed, healthy, and prosperous year. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Longobardi. And for my report, just a brief report to follow up on Trustee Stewart's report on Floral Village Studio. I would encourage everyone that is interested or slightly interested in Centennial Gardens to watch this Thursday at 9:30 Jim Green's Look Back. It's a interview that the former Mayor Steve Corbett did. I think it was either 2007 or 2008 on the gardens. And it's pretty remarkable to see the amount of work that went in the first 8 years and the amount of work that continues to this day to make that a special place here in Floral Park. Also, I'd like to thank the New York Racing Association for planting the abrevieties along the fence line, and once again to thank them for all their work over the past year or so in getting the fence moved, building a little mini berm, and then finally completing the project by planting the abrevieties along the Floral Park side of the fence. We did hear from at least one resident over there that's very appreciative of that, and I'm sure it'll be even better once they start to grow. And then lastly, I'd like to thank everyone here in Floral Park, my colleagues, co-workers, and residents over the past week for all their outpouring of condolences to me and my family. It does show that Floral Park is a special place, and that I know I have a lot of friends here, and it was very touching this week. And lastly, I'd just like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. And with that, I'd ask for a motion to close the board meeting and open it up.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so is there anybody here in Village Hall that has any questions, comments, concerns that I can bring to the board? Good evening.
I have to respect you all.
Yep.
Here in October. I think that night to follow up on the concern that I had regarding the speed limit enforcement for I'm wondering if there's been any, investigation, any progress made as far as that goes.
Sure. So there's a couple things I know, and Commissioner McAllister, just if I misstate anything, just chime in. There has been a number of enforcements down there, and unfortunately, a lot of them, if not all, the people that got pulled over are all residents of the area, which we kind of suspected would happen. We also have applied for a speed camera sign, not speed camera sign, just a variable message sign that will show when people coming down the block what speeds they're traveling at, and we'll put it. We can move it around the village, but the first place it will go when we get it is on Floral Boulevard. And there's a couple other things we are looking into that I happened to see something in Staten Island yesterday that we may look into that Staten Island did differently.
So
But-
it's freestanding speed tracker, essentially, not one necessarily posted.
Correct,
Right.
yeah,
But-
it's a, well, we do have the option, we could put a permanent sign on it, I'm not sure if the must put sign up on our house all the time. So the trailer that it talks about is something that you can place there for a week at a time, if you will, and then move it to another location, because we do get complaints in other parts of the area, and then bring it back. I just, as you were a motorist, it just reminded me, I didn't realize it was going that.
No, I never,
At the end of it, that's, you can put other signs in there that says, please slow down, stuff like that, holidays, school opening, whatever. And then that information is forwarded to me directly on my phone. So it's nice, I get instant feedback, so I can put cops out there and know people, drag racing up there, I'll know instantaneously. So.
just a question about if it wasn't a freestanding sign, I don't know, as far as the blinking goes, is that something that you can program in terms of the times when it wouldn't blink if it wasn't during school hours?
Yeah, we that's certainly something that I'm sure the manufacturer probably work on.
Okay, I mean, if you could give that some consideration, again, I'm a resident there, but it's being worked 24/7, but my primary concern is that something,
In the morning.
the kids going to school back. And I took my kids to school at 2 different times that Thursday after that meeting when I was here. I appreciate your being present both times I walked down my door. I don't want to see people pulled over. My concern is that I want it to be preventative rather than reactive. And I think that enforcement, I appreciate it, but it can make people more conscious of it. That's better for our community. We want to be pulled over, racing to get it to school.
So because there's such a proliferation of stop signs everywhere, I'm sure you all over whatever, we look at other ways to calm traffic, or what we call traffic calming. And what the mayor just alluded to was something that we had not seen, and he just happened to be in Staten Island yesterday and saw this and took pictures and shared them with us. And I think it's a great idea, something that we need to explore, whether or not we have the dimensions to do something like this. But we have been since you came up here and pointed it out. And I live down in that area, so I sit up on that corner to see what's going on. And I'm not there every day, so I don't see maybe you see, but it certainly helps when I have the variable message signs and the data. I can, correlate that with what you're seeing, and then hopefully there's traffic calmer. So sometimes, stop signs are a mere suggestion. People don't necessarily that, so they don't act as much as a traffic calmer as we would like. So some ideas like basically, go to a traffic circle.
Yes.
That's a traffic calmer. This is kind of a variation of that. And it was almost kind of a throughway, like fall over, so it might work. You gotta see, it's fairly new.
I appreciate the attention and the concern.
Yeah,
And
that's what our job is, we want to protect everybody, so.
And also, I'll let the principal know, because the people who are pulling over are all residents driving their kids to school. So that's,
People I'm friends with,
Mhm.
but I also don't want them having over one kid. I'm gonna get to school.
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna get to school. So that's why I say, and I work in medicine. Preventive medicine, that's the big thing, if you can prevent someone from getting sick to begin with, that's better than treating them in the hospital.
Right.
We can prevent these things from happening to begin with, that's better than everyone.
So just to that point, I just would like to illustrate a number of things that we do consistently as far as, preventative medicine goes. We meet with the PTA, our police officers attend PTA meetings, particularly at the beginning of the school year, remind people of the speed zone. We did increase the length of the speed zone in an effort to have more awareness that you're coming across the school. We have contact with the superintendent and the school board. We put that information on our social media accounts. We put that information in our newsletter and on our website. We are, I don't want to say we've exhausted all of our avenues, but that is a list of 6 things that we are doing constantly to be on the preventative side. You know, the police department talks in terms of the 3 E's: engineering, education, enforcement. So we engineer things, we change the speed limit zone. We're looking into this, getting the traffic thing. I know it has initials, I can't remember what they are. And then we end up with enforcement, and that's the last resort, but that's where we're at. But there are several avenues of preventative measures that we take year round to try to keep our kids safe, particularly.
I appreciate that, but I'm living the day to day, and it's scary.
It is, agreed.
Or any day,
One more point, and I appreciate all of the things that you're doing. If you could take a look, I know there's the trees being planted in Floral Park are wonderful, but there's one tree that's planted right in the school zone, speed limit on Floral. You're driving away from the school. And it's not blocked terribly now, but when the leaves are on the trees, it's blocked all the time.
So as you're heading east away from the school?
Yes,
you got it, Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
not being it.
No, that's fine.
I could have that tree moved if it's blocking.
You can move the sign.
Yeah, it looks so. Is there, is there any day of the week that's worse than other days?
I mean, I don't want to do it, but I'm taking those days. It's the same. And it's not everyone, you know, and you're not going to get everyone to slow down. But it's a lot of people. And they're driving fast.
Okay. We'll be out there. Anyone else here in Village Hall? Is there anyone on Zoom that has any questions, comments, or concerns? I see Brandon Duffy from Blank Slate Media is on it. Brandon, thank you very much for your coverage this year. I appreciate that. No? All right. Thank you, everyone, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. We'll see you in January. Thanks.